In this video, you're gonna see how I traded Euro AUD long this morning for a 28 pip profit. I only had to risk about 10 pips here, so over 2-to-1 risk reward on this trade set me up for a beautiful win this morning. You're gonna understand after you watch this video what I liked about the trade, what I didn't like about the trade, and how I was actively managing this thing throughout. I did go into some drawdown on the onset after I took the position, but by sticking to the pattern, sticking to the rules, and trusting my method, I was still able to pull really nice profit off this trade, and it's still going higher now. So sit tight through the video. You're gonna see clips over the last 2 hours, what I liked about the trade, what I didn't like about the trade, and like I said, the management throughout. That's the most important thing. I hope that by watching me manage these trades, watching and kind of getting that third person view over my head will educate you to make better trading decisions with your money. So enjoy the video, make sure you're subscribed, give me a big thumbs up, and I'll see you at the end. Hey traders, good morning. My name is Austin Silver. For those of you who are new to my channel, new to my trading recaps, I appreciate you being here. Do me a favor, hit the red subscribe button below me, join the family, that way you don't miss any of the trading content that I'm constantly creating and putting out for you and the rest of the trading community. Now, today, we are long Euro AUD here, like I said, about 7 o'clock in the morning on Wednesday, September 25th. I'm down about 4 pips right now, but I still have confidence that this thing could push higher. Number one, as you can see in the center of my screen, we do have space still on ADR. Today it's moved 71 pips. On an average across the last 5 days, we've moved about 94. Over the last 10 days, 115. So telling me we still have at least 20, maybe 30 pips of movement in this pair. Now, from my entry, if we flip over to TradingView, my stop loss is about 10 pips, 11 pips away. So going for my typical 2-to-1 is perfect here, considering ADR has about 20 to 30 pips left on it. So for me to go get 2R in this situation makes total sense. That was one confirmation to take the position when I did. Now, I did have to deal with a little bit of a pullback here. As you see, it has been pulling back if we look at the 1 minute, but I was okay with that. I took the trade knowing that I might be a few minutes early and I might have to give it more time to shake out before it does move higher. The TDI on all time frames is telling me we're ready to move up. The only thing is that, again, when we're chopping sideways in a pennant formation like this, as you can see it on the 15 minute even clearer, as we're chopping sideways as we have been this morning, sometimes that means you'll see these kind of potential entries, but you might be a little bit early, so you gotta be patient with them. Now, if we go to the 1 hour, it's very important to take note of this as well. You can see we're actually sitting at the 800 EMA, which we know is significant support. So I'm looking for a push through the 800, but sometimes I've been trading like in a situation like this and it'll bounce off the 800 and I'll take the loss. So that factors into the size that I take in these positions. Because I know there's a few things about this trade that are not A+. Number one, the 15 minutes looking a little choppy, right? Number two, the 1 hour 800 EMA is there. Number three, none of my entry candles that I've been looking at have been off the 21 EMA, which is what I really look for solid entries. But I still was able to identify, like I said, the potential risk reward here, really using the 5 minute and the 1 minute. And that made me take the position. That gave me enough confidence to still size down and put the risk on. Because again, even with smaller size, if I can go in and make 2-to-1, I'm still gonna consider that a trading opportunity. So now, it's a little bit after 7:15, definitely gonna give this some more time, and I'll keep you guys posted. If we take the loss, we stay focused and we try to come back, stick with the pattern, stick with the method, and find another entry. If it works out for us, we be patient in our winner just like we were yesterday, and we maximize as best we can. So, like I said, let's give it some time, and we'll see how it plays out. All right, guys, I'm back with you here just a couple minutes later. As you can see, it's 7:22, just a few minutes after I just made that previous clip, and this trade's already kicking back into profit. So it looks like I had a good entry. We're up about 7 or 8 pips, kind of oscillating in between there right now. If we flip over to TradingView, you can see catching that move off that 50 EMA, that blue line here on the 5 minute, exactly what I was looking for. And now getting some really nice push in this 5 minute bar. If we can hold here for another 2 minutes, I'm going to anticipate that we're going to get another kick up higher. If we take this out to the 15 minute, you can see we're headed towards that R1 pivot above me here, this white horizontal line. So that's going to be the first area that I look to see if it does slow down or if it does decide to body through to go higher. I have a take profit set at a little bit over 2R on my MetaTrader. So if this thing does shoot up, I'm going to get my 2R on the whole thing. But now that we're just about 1R right here, I'm going to take half this trade off. So let me pull back to MetaTrader so you guys can see I'm up about 6 pips. So we're pulling back a little bit. I'm going to give it a few more minutes, actually, not take it yet. I want to make sure I'm getting that full 1R. So when I decide to close any of this trade as it's moving up, I'll come back on and update you. It's about 7:23 now, but I just wanted to let you guys know, just being patient in that trade, dealing with that first pullback, has now led me to has now led me to being in profit on this trade. So being patient, trusting the analysis. Remember, the theme of the week, like I told you in the last recap, is trust. So here, at least another 6 minutes, I'm going to trust. I'll check back with you guys in a couple. All right, guys, it is 8:05 here. I think we're looking like we're ready to get another push higher. So that last video clip I made for you was almost an hour ago, here around 7:20. That was when we were seeing that push higher where I just for about 2 minutes was up over 1R, but then as you can see, it kind of pulled back and has been chopping around my entry. We're looking at a 1 minute chart here, just so you know. Now with that 1 minute TDI being in the buy zone, EMAs here looking good as far as being in an uptrend. I'm going to start to think that this might lead us to a push higher in the next couple of minutes here up to the pivot point at 62.45. If we look at the 5 minute, you can see holding the 21 really, really well here, coming higher. Same thing, EMAs confirming the uptrend, TDI confirming the uptrend. Go to the 15 minute, same thing. We actually broke for a new high of day on that last push. We're now retesting previous high and hopefully going to use it as support to come higher to the pivot and then maybe even higher. So again, it's the same type of trade that I showed you guys yesterday where we get the break, we come back and retest that level for support. We need to be patient in the trade as it does that, and then it hopefully will continue in the overall direction that we know it should, which is higher. If it doesn't, again, we're in this with low risk, being willing to take that loss in case we are early or in case we're wrong. Win or lose, I'm just following my system. You have to be okay with taking losses. I'm actually talking about this on our webinar today. You have to accept losses as a part of the game. I actually got the quote from Jeff Bezos. He says that in any business venture that you do, you have to accept a degree of loss. If you don't, you're going to set the bar too high. You're going to set unrealistic expectations. And when you do lose, it's going to mess with your head too much. It's going to screw you up. So here in this trade, I'm just reading what the chart is telling me. If I continue to get exit signals, like if it does break down here and break under the 200 again and stop making higher lows as it has been all morning, that's when I'll say, okay, maybe this thing is B. But as you can see from the divergence structure set here at 551 all the way on through this morning, it's been making higher lows on the 1 minute as time has gone on. So I'm going to try to give it some more time here. Like I said, not moving my stop loss, not moving anything yet. No news coming in. It's only 8:07, so we have plenty of time to still see New York volume come in and kick this thing higher. So I'm patient. I'm waiting. We're in the VIP chat talking about the trade, following our rules, making sure we're following the system. So I'll pop back on in a little bit if anything changes as things progress, and I'll keep you guys posted. All right, guys, it is almost 8:15 here. I wanted to pop on and show you what I'm looking at even more on the 1 minute. I just want to give you all the details. So here you can see almost an inverted head and shoulders formation here with the head off the 200, the left shoulder here off the 50, and then the right shoulder here off the 50 as well. Not the best head and shoulders. Normally you like to see the head and shoulders at the bottom of a downtrend, but just for structure, I like to see the level set, the level like almost attempted to be broken, couldn't break, retested again, couldn't break even as low as that first break, which tells me that was weak, this is even weaker, and now we should see more movement higher. So we're headed into the 8:15 candle. If we look at the 15-minute chart, the last candle here was bullish off the 21 almost with a pin to the 21, coming bullish off the 8 EMA. So that kind of sets us up for another 15-minute candle here for bullish movement because the previous candle is coming off an EMA, almost breaking out for another new high of day here. We'll see in 20 seconds if we actually can clear for another new high of day. Just send a message to the VIP members. I want to always keep them in the loop as well while we're trading, because just because they go through the course doesn't mean they can see this stuff live. So once you take the course and you join the VIP, you're actually in there with me, and I'm calling out these trades to you every day, showing you what you should be looking at. So you take the course, you join the VIP, and then you're active with me every day. Yeah, I like that close. Not for a new high of day, but still, you got to like that if we're long biased, right? 1 minute's pulling back a little bit here, but look at how we're starting to get RSI making higher lows, price action continuing to make higher lows. This looks fine to me. I think even though, again, in this 1 minute bar we're pulling back right now, we've been patient. I was patient for this initial drawdown pullback here. So I'm going to be patient through this pullback because I'm still sitting in profit. I'm looking to try to take this thing at least to 46 to 45. We're at 31, 32 right now. So I'm not even asking for much more, but it's been a slow pair today. So I'm going to give it some more time. I'm going to keep my eye on it very closely. Take a look at the 5 minute. As you can see, extending off the 21 really well, shift, pull back off that 21. I like that. Even here, kind of retesting, I'm fine with it because we broke out for a new high of day. And once you break out for a new high of day, a lot of time you'll have to come back and retest that level, the level being right here with the body high of day. I don't really mind the pins. I kind of try to ignore them, but you see how we broke for the new high, came back, retested, couldn't break for more than 15, coming off that now, trying to get back down there right now, but look, can't even get, just went halfway down the body. This looks fine. I'll probably come back on with you guys 8:30, 8:45 and let you know what's going on. All right, guys, it is 8:31. As you can see, I'm up over 11 pips here, so I'm going to close half right there on my phone. That takes half of my trade off at 1R, and now I'm leaving the rest of the trade, hopefully going to 2R. As you can see, my take profit is set here at 62.52. Price right now at 62.42. So things look really good. You can see the 1 minute developing for another new high of day, 15-minute closing for another new high of day about 2 minutes ago. So everything looks good. The patience paid off again today. It's basically the same structure as yesterday, just a different currency pair. Breakout, retest, you hold through, you see another extension higher because all the TDI, all the time frames telling you you're going to get a move higher. We broke through the 800 EMA on the 1 hour, so there's really nothing above me now telling me that this can't move at least a couple more pips higher to the pivot. So I'm giving it a few more minutes. I'll keep you guys updated, but now 1R closed, already put some money in the bag here, so another nice trade for this week. Like I said, we'll give it more time and I'll keep you posted. All right, guys, so it is 8:48 now. As you can see, the trade is still moving higher. So I closed about 60% of the trade at this point. I was in at 62.30. I was out at 62.41 and 62.38. I have 60% out, and the reason for that is because I have my original stop loss still set. So I closed 60% of the trade at about 1R. That way, if I still get stopped here at the original stop, which is 1R, I would still end profitable. Just a little bit, but still end profitable. Now, I still am holding this trade because, again, following what the chart is telling me, following what structure is telling me, this should still move higher. You can see we hit the 200 EMA here on the 1 minute twice. We're now moving higher off of that. We just hit the 50 EMA here. And with the TDI in the buy zone like this, price action making new highs, really breaking out for a new high of day, probably again here in the next 30 minutes or so, I have a lot of confidence that we could see this thing take off and reach up to 62.58 pretty quickly here, hopefully before 10 a.m. I'd like to be done with this trade. As you guys know, I like to be done with them as quick as possible, but I'd like to be done with it by 10 a.m. if I can. So again, I think we're setting up here for another push higher, for another breakout for a new high of day. I am 60% out of the trade, still holding with my original stop, 40% of the position, hoping for more rise to 62.58. So I'll keep you guys posted. I think we're going to get the push here in the next couple of minutes. If we don't, I'm still going to be patient, still hold into this thing. And like I always do, I'll keep you guys posted as it continues. All right, guys, we are 3 minutes away from the 9 a.m. open. As you can see, the 1 minute is still pushing higher here. We're up to 62.44. 1 minute TDI has plenty of space to rise. I just wanted to pop on and show you because I really like this 2 candle formation that just made a new high of day here on the 1 minute off the 21 EMA, showing me, look, there is nothing in the way of this thing moving higher. There is a pivot point here. If I bring those back on, you can see that. I'll turn those on for you so we can take a look. You can see we're just about at that pivot point, so I might start to use that and see if we need to take off a little bit more of this trade here. But other than that, I think we have plenty of gas in the tank left to still see this thing rise at least to 62.58, at least. So 2 minutes until 9 o'clock. I'm going to see where we close at 9 o'clock on the 1 hour, on the 15 minute. If we flip over to the 15, you can see we're approaching the pivot, but extending really, really well off the 8, right? So just a beautiful, beautiful rip here. Again, we were in, we held through a little bit of a pullback, right? No breaks to tell us to get out. Then it breaks out for a new high of day, retests the previous high, just like yesterday's trade, and then moves back off of it. So just trusting structure, giving it time to either close and tell you to get out or hold the level and tell you to stay in. You can make money on simple breakouts just like this. Our system's not that complicated. These are easy, easy trades to identify. So with about a minute here until the 9 o'clock open, we're looking pretty good. I'm going to flip over to MetaTrader now, show you. As you can see, I'm up 13.6 pips here with about 40% of the trade still on. Still have space on ADR. So like I said, I'm still going to try to hold this here even as we head into the New York session. So as things develop, as things change, I'll keep you guys posted. I appreciate you being here all the way through. I hope you're learning something from another live trade. I hope you're starting to see how simple these patterns are, how they're repeatable and easy to identify technical structure within the market. So now up about 15 pips. It looks really, really good. We're going to let things continue, and I'll keep you posted. All right, guys, as you can see on MetaTrader here, I am out of the trade. My take profit was reached at 58. Looking over here now at TradingView, it just shot up for me in the last 3 minutes. I was literally answering people in the VIP chat, and it was like boom, boom, boom. Just reached my take profit and actually put a pin, went even higher all the way up to 62.60. So start to finish here, guys, a really nice trade. If you have a system like mine that is easy to identify and easy to repeat, this process becomes easier and easier every single day. So even here, when I went into drawdown today, because this was basically the same entry that I took yesterday and made money off of, I still felt that I could trust it. I waited, and by waiting, look at this thing now, moving even higher, 62.63. It's now 5 pips over my take profit, 6 pips over my take profit, and it's probably going to keep going. I told you guys this had space to move higher. And that's exactly what it did. So you understand now, as far as watching my trade, why I exited when I did, the management through the trade, the entire trade start to finish, I hope should make sense to you. And I hope, like I said, can motivate you and educate you to make better trading decisions. If you want to learn about my system and how I'm doing these trades, how I'm identifying the same pattern on 2 different currency pairs, 2 different days apart, let me know. You can drop a comment below or click the link in the description to this video. There's more information there for you as well if you want to take our course and join the VIP chat. I called this trade to VIP members, so even if you're a new trader struggling, I call these trades out for you guys to follow and see exactly how they're playing out. And if they don't work, like I was ready for this to be a loss and for me to have to come on here and give you guys, this is why you got to take losses and it's part of cost of doing business, blah, blah, blah. But I just followed the plan, stuck with the plan, win or lose, I'll show you guys the outcome. So if you need that system, if you need that accountability, if you need that precise entry and exit identifier, click the link below in the description, join us in the course, join us in the VIP. It's going to change your trading career. I promise you it will. Yeah, everybody in the VIP chat's going crazy this morning. All right, we're wrapping the video up here. I appreciate you guys, as always, sticking through with me. Make sure you subscribe, make sure you give it a big thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next trade recap.